Okay, so we're going to start with going through some of the gear. This is the Badlands 2200. I consider it a day pack. Some people might consider it a multi-day pack, but this is typically my bag of choice. Some days, if it's not too cold and I'm not taking layers, I'll run this little $8 Walmart fanny pouch with just my essentials. But with it being cold here and I'm skinny, most of the time I take this with extra layers. I typically run Realtree, so I'm gonna run these layers today to try to go sit in the woods for a little bit. Slap strap for saddle hunting. This thing is a lifesaver, game changer, whatever you want to call it, although it looks like my freaking zippers are already ripping on this thing, man. I've only got at most 5 or 6 hunts on that. I've been rocking just the tether that comes with the XOP saddle that I run. For the saddle, this is fairly old. I got it a few years ago. Getting off in the bag. And this is just Amazon special XOP saddle. It's got the shoulder straps that hold it up. No waist belt, which I hate. But anyways, I'll dump this out in just a little bit. I'm gonna go hunting today later on, so I want to get this part filmed. Scent killer. I use this as well as all through hunting season. I only use the Scent Away body soap and hair wash. So this is an XOP platform, saddle platform. It came with my saddle years ago, and I think I paid $180 for all of it, but it was 2 or 3 years ago at least. This here is actually my kid's bow that I've been hunting with this year. This is a Diamond Infinite Edge Pro. Yeah, so this is the Diamond Infinite Edge Pro. I typically run just good old-fashioned Walmart Striker broadheads. It's what I've dropped every deer with this year. I've also got these other Striker broadheads from Walmart, and they always push down. Like when they go into the sheath, into the quiver up here in the top, it pushes, and you see that blade comes right out. So it's my biggest complaint with these. I really like these red ones. They're only 14 bucks for a 3-pack. These are 20 for a 3-pack, but I do keep them on me just in case I get a second shot opportunity. So Diamond Infinite Edge Pro, just cheapo depot 3-pin sight, old-fashioned whisker biscuit, and it's got the little plastic cheap with the cord peep sight. But you know what, this thing shoots hard, and I've dropped every deer this year with it, except for one. I did drop one deer this year with this. So this is the Barnett Whitetail STR Pro. I don't know what it shoots at. I don't know any of the specs on it aside from it slings bolts. Okay. It's got the auto crank device. I don't like it. It makes a bunch of noise when it cranks, and the flopping around in the woods and all this crazy nonsense. I don't like it. I usually cock the bow before I go in, carry it and loaded, climb up with it loaded. Not with an arrow, of course. But I will go ahead and cock it typically right before I hit the woods. Like I don't travel with it loaded or anything like that, and I decock it as soon as I'm done hunting. But that's the kit. So this is another part of my daily kit, right? It's a real thin, I don't know what brand it is. Maybe somebody will. It's got that little logo on it, but no tags or nothing, which I love, but I also don't know what brand it is then. So I typically will put this on on top of my layers and under my jacket, and then what I'll do is the hood's not much, but I flip it up before I put my beanie on, and it just protects the back of my neck where my beanie doesn't touch. So anyways, we're gonna keep getting ready. So this is my little bottle of scent killer, and I just typically hit the bad spots. And then I typically tie these off too. For boots, I just run good old Morel combat boots, tried and true. They're lightweight. When Tyler did his 200-mile race, I bought these to do the pacing section that was up to me, and they work really good. They're really tough, really strong. They've held up to about a year. I've got some little defects here and there, that vent's popping out and whatnot, but for the most part, they work pretty good. And then I'll, when I go in, I'll typically put just a little bit of Tinks on the side there, just to try to cover up any of my scents. I'll definitely have some better kit next year. It's just going to take this next year to get it all stacked up. As far as a knife go, this is what I carry all day, every day. It is just a Gerber. You can see there's still some traces of stuff. Straight blade. I love it. It works. Alright, I think we're recording. Yep, looks good. I love that front preview on this thing. So the wind's at our face, and somebody's come out through here. I'm the only one supposed to be hunting this property this year. I think I'm gonna follow these tracks in. I normally go in at that beer bottle up yonder, but I think we're gonna drop in right here first. Get all hooked up. Still a lot of snow on the ground, so I think we're gonna do the 6x6 method for getting in. Also, gonna get just a little bit of the non-estrus pea. I just put a little on my finger and I rub it on the side of my boots. Just one little swipe on each side. Again, some people may do things differently. I'm sure everybody does things differently, but this is just how I like to do it. So, if I do leave a trail now, mind you, my stand is that way and the wind's blowing this way, so I need to come in at as sharp an angle as possible, 90-degree rise, because I'm not going to hunt the saddle. So I'm going to find a good route in, be real quiet, hopefully see something on the way in. That'd be ideal. I think I'm going to try to pick this up some. If I do see something, I'm going to try to turn the camera 90 degrees and get a good shot of the shot. Six by six.
6 steps. And then we're gonna stop for 6 seconds. And we're gonna look around and we're gonna listen. Make sure we don't see any ears standing up, or any eyes looking at us, or anything that we might be missing. A lot of guys will just try to get to the stand as soon as possible so they can get up in that stand before they might see a deer, you know? I don't care how good a hunter you are, you ain't that good at timing these fucking animals. So I do the 6x6. Take 6 steps, stop, listen, look. Watch where you're going. Make sure you're not stepping on big twigs. It's gonna happen, but just try to avoid it. Because when you break big twigs, and everything in the woods now knows that you're big enough to break big twigs. So if you're not a deer, you're danger. The other thing to remember is to step heel to toe and let your foot rock into each step. You sound more like a little squirrel or something rustling around in the woods. Somebody's been here recently. That's not my trash. We're gonna pick it up on the way out, though. I fucking hate poachers. They went this way. I think that might have been as far as they came in. That's the first time I've seen that on this property. This property is owned by a man named Brent. I don't know if he would want me to name drop his business, though, so I'm not going to. But he's a very well-known individual in this area. And he was real gracious to give me and my kids permission to hunt here this year. And make sure to get him some deer meat. Really, I gotta get a deer for Leanne. I gotta get a deer for Brent. I gotta get a deer for Scott. I gotta get a deer for us. At least 2 more for us. So, I gotta hit it hard. Oh, I picked up his boot tracks again. I'm getting excited about following these tracks. I'm gonna fuck somebody up. Especially, mainly just the trash. I don't even care about them hunting out here. I wouldn't care. But that's a lot of, like, what's the point of fucking dropping all those paper towels there? That's definitely where he came in, though. sticks are still in the tree, so that's good. Either he didn't see him, or he's not a thief. He's not in the two-man stand either. So he's either on the ground still hunting, or he was just a pedestrian leaving fucking trash. Thinking, oh, it's the last day of hunting season. Hunting season's over. Nobody's gonna be out in these woods, bitch. I got 2 more weeks. See, I've got to remember that the GoPro's up there and sometimes take a less than optimal route so as not to knock the GoPro off. I'm heading in the right direction. I just gotta remember to keep my eyes up. Looking for this guy. Looks like he walked right to my stand. There's the boot prints out. Pissed to be too long. Smell something. Either he took a shit or I don't know. I got camera set up. Do another call, see if we can get anything to come in.